Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the happy hour here on Studio Live today. This is our live music chat show here on the channel where I'm going to play some tunes. We're going to talk about some music and music adjacent topics. And we'll probably have a beverage or two because what happy hour would be complete without a drink? I hope you're doing well this weekend. It's around midday here in Australia. It is going to be the afternoon, evening, nighttime, depending where you are in the world. In the east and west coast of the US, it's sort of late afternoon, evening, and in Europe and the UK, it is night time, night fever, night fever. I'm not going to breach any copyrights today. I did a live sound check last night, and I played 5 different songs, and all 5 of them I managed to get the copyright claim for, which is kind of the point and totally cool, because people that have the songs deserve to get the credit for it and deserve to get any royalties. If you have not been on this channel before, my name is Pete, and this is Studio Live today. What we normally do here is tutorials, tips, tricks, educational videos, gear reviews, anything that's going to help you create, record, and release your best music. And then we just do some of these random live shows. We've got some Q&A live shows. And this one I've kicked off just because, hey, everyone's doing it. Everyone's live streaming their music. We just finished with Gladys Worthington, who is Jade Starr's distant relative, who did a live show. A lot of the big names are streaming as well. Ben Folds doing live streams today. So we'll talk about that and what's been going on a little bit later in the show as well. But so much going on in the world of music. So many of us getting to spend some time in our audio caves doing some music related stuff, which has been kind of cool. Hello to everyone who is here. Jade Starr. We've got a bit of a running joke here of red because I like red. Red's my favorite color. As you can tell, my iPhone's red. Everything that I do is red. I'm not wearing red today. We're in my home studio corner. Shout out to Joe Gilder. Wearing my home studio corner t-shirt today. So we don't have anything red. But red is the color of the beers I was drinking last week. And I said, hey, wouldn't it be fun if every time you say red, I take a drink? Not that I'm condoning drinking games. They are not the way to do. I'm drinking some delicious beer, which I'll talk about in a moment today. And we're definitely not going to be, we're going to be enjoying this one. Hello, we've got Cold Care. So I'm going to put my screen size up. There we go. Now I can see. Hello, howdy ho to you. Hello to Darren Deneliuk, and to you. Bubba's getting into the red spirit. If you're around, you want to grab yourself a beverage, please do so. We're settling in for an hour. Oh, Alex, you are stepping up here. 3 a.m. in Germany. Yes, 3 a.m. That's quite the dedication. SM Borthwick is here. It's nighttime, but the clocks just went forward, so it feels an hour earlier. Well, there you go. You can hang around for the show. Excellent. And Bubba said, good thing I caught your show live as it got nuked in the States. Yeah, so Jade's show, she did do using some backing tracks, and it's a good example. Just dropped my pick. Good example of what happens if you do use other people's pre-recorded music. YouTube jumps on that stuff pretty quick and says, hey, we're going to block this in 138 different countries because you can't watch it. But if I know Jade Starr, she'll find a way to get that out to you. She'll find somewhere to put it and somewhere to share it so that you're going to be able to watch that on the replay if you did miss it. I got to pick up my pick because I'm a professional. I need one of those on guitar pick holders, and I've realised I've only got one pick, and it's a heavy, so we're going to be going heavy today. Here on the show, hello Ricky Elvis, good to have you here on board. My friend Sion has made it again. Good to have you here. Thanks for all of your support over the weekend. You answered a bunch of questions in home studio Q&A today, so I really appreciate your support with that one. Random question from Darren. Are you by chance a fan of Macy Playground? That would seem like a band that you would like, if not already just a thought. I am. My favourite Macy Playground tune is Coming Up From Yeah, that's all that I can sing of that one. But Sex and Candy was their big hit back in the late 90s, early noughties. Yeah, like me some Marcy Playground. So yes, maybe I'll cover a Marcy Playground tune at some stage. Clearly Epic is here. I've already given away his alter ego, which is Steve, one of our admins over on the GarageBand Users Facebook group. And we have Rockstar 1958, also another Steve. There's a lot of Steves, but none of them want us to know that they're Steve. So sorry, your secret identities have been ruined. And Jade said she made that music in GarageBand. Yeah, Jade does such a good job making her backing tracks that, yeah, they get flagged as the original recordings. I think we're going to face the same thing with the Ben Folds tune too, Blade, Jade. We did a cover of Smoke by Ben Folds, and I think that's probably going to get flagged as well. But Bubba, yeah, now Bubba, you were mentioning a tornado. In the last stream, I had a tornado touchdown less than 10 birds miles from my home at the end of your last vid. All's clear now. Well, that is good. I'm super glad to hear you're safe because, yeah, you kind of left the stream and said, got a dash, tornado warning. And I'm like, Sheebus, that's something we just don't really know about. We have some cyclones in the tropics up in the north of Australia. But yeah, to be sitting there and going, oh, on top of everything else, here, have a tornado. Yeah, that would be awesome. Not. Hello, I'm Steve. Yes, you are Steve, but you are clearly epic. And Steve, have you put the you did a cover of the Final Countdown along with Ron Ward and Brian Bigler, Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard, which I've seen on Facebook. I'm not sure if you put it on your YouTube channel yet. Make sure that when you do, you let us know. I gave you a shout out last week and you're clearly epic tunes, but there's a brand new one, cover of the classic Europe tune, The Final Countdown, which I did an acoustic cover of, which I won't play today because I'm going to go for a copyright claim free video here today. So we'll be playing some originals. Who else have we got here? We've got Foxy Nirvana. Hello to you. I hope you are doing well. And there you go. I think I've said hello to everyone who's here. Philip, hello to you. Do you use any effects pedals to record your guitar, or do you only use GarageBand plugins? A really good question. Occasionally I'll use some effects pedals. I'll show you the extensive range of my effects pedal collection. I have the bog standard DS1. Everyone has to have a DS1 in their guitar pedal collection. I have a very cheap PSK chorus, which is kind of broken. It's got the flappy bits, it's got no spring thing on it. It still works, but that's it. And I have a very aging, but one that I'll never get rid of. It's stuck in there. Dunlop Jimi Hendrix. See, the bass is falling off. It's literally falling apart. Needs some love. But I've got the JH1, the original Jimi Hendrix Dunlop wah. So when I want to get my wah on, there's no real way to simulate a wah without a real wah pedal. So yeah, I do use some pedals from time to time, but usually for things like distortion and chorus and flange and reverb and delay and echo and all that jazz compression, I tend to just throw it on the plugins these days. George Marlow says, GarageBand keeping me entertained at home. Yes, hello to you and to everyone playing around with GarageBand because we got the time. There is the link to Steve's Final Countdown. Check that one out. At the end of this one, make sure you go ahead and check out that because it's very, very cool. Hello, Pete and Steve. I'm Ella. Hello to you, Ella. What am I even doing anymore? What are we all doing anymore? Hello to you. Good to have you on board. I've not seen you around the channel, so welcome. I hope you're doing well. Let's get on with this. So before we play the first tune, which I will get onto in a moment, I'm going to do a bit of a what's good kind of style thing here because there's 5 different things I'm going to mention today. 3 of them are actually Adelaide creators, and one's a little bit left field, but it's in tune with the happy hour side of things. There's a bit of a long story to this, but my brother-in-law knows a guy who he's been helping out with some things, and in the great world of barter economy that we have in Australia sometimes, he does some home brewing, and he gave my brother-in-law some of his home brew, and we've been enjoying it at Christmas and Easter and other times. Turns out he's got a YouTube channel where he does his home brewing called Fast Homebrew. There's a link down in the description if you're into your beer and you're into brewing or you just want to see what it's all about. I'm not into beer brewing, I'm into beer drinking, but I still find it fascinating to learn the process and learn how it's done. So go and check out David's channel, Fast Homebrew, down in the description. And we're going to have a Simcoe IPA today from this one because I thought, let's support local. I said last week we should be supporting local, and I can't think of a way to support local any better than drinking some locally brewed beer from a fellow Adelaide YouTube creator. So let's bring it up here. Let's get the pour. We'll see if we can get the right consistency. A little bit of the foam on top, like so. That's not a bad pour for someone juggling a guitar. So this is the Simcoe IPA, available to you probably nowhere. But yeah, if you like an IPA, let's give it a taste. That's really good. I'm not a connoisseur. I'm a drinker of beer, but that is a delicious beer. Really nice. If you know your IPAs, it's just got just that extra body, that caramelly goodness. I'm gonna have another sip. Really good. That should hopefully get me ready to play a few tunes here today. So let us jump in. Is that plastic? Yeah, the bottle itself is plastic, Bubba. So it's brewed in plastic bottles, which are very good because they can be washed, reused, and just the screw caps. And yeah, the beer is really good because he knows his stuff. Again, go check out Fast Homebrew. He knows a lot about, and he brews a lot of different beer too. So I've got another two different beers. So this could be happy hour beer for the next few weeks. All right, what tune did I have here on the list to play first? I can't find it. I can't find my list of tunes. Let me go. Let me go. Here we are. I can check my own video. I have to check the description of my own video to find out. And I just started playing to find out the songs that I was going to play. Yeah, I thought I'd start with this one. So given the situation at the moment, this is a tune that I wrote. Gotta have a capo on here for this one. So a capo on the second fret. We'll bring it up a bit. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced you. This is Jose. So I don't have my Taylor, Mark Taylor. He's back there. He's got the day off. We're going with Jose today. He's my Ovation guitar. You can see there, got the nice round back, small guitar, smaller frets. So, my big chunky fingers might struggle a bit, but super nice to play. Really nice action. Just recently got set up by the dude, by Geordie. Here at, I've forgotten the name. See, this is terrible. I'll remember. Here I say support local businesses, but the guy in Hindley Street that does all the guitar stuff, someone will know him. So he's been he set this up recently, and it is good. It playing better than when it was brand new. Like seriously, it's good stuff. So let me find my lyrics, and then we'll play a tune called "Perfect," which I wrote a few months back. Haven't done the full band version of this one just yet, but it will be something that I'll be working on for my upcoming album, which is scheduled for May at this stage. So let's turn up the reverb. Oh, that's a lot of reverb. Let me know how the mix goes as well, and we'll jump into this one. This is a song called Perfect. Life isn't always fair. Everyone has their problems. It's easy to hide away. It's harder to find solutions. But I know this for sure. This ain't a dress rehearsal. Don't wait to see the sign. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful, they say. But sometimes it feels that way. You will not always win. Sometimes you lack direction, but you gotta stay the course, 'cause you're gonna face rejection, and you won't always know there's a battle ahead. Sometimes the war is in your head. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. And I don't know what is left to say, 'cause sometimes you hide away and look back on your mistakes. You cannot turn back time and make everything seem fine. So remember, life doesn't have to be perfect, to be wonderful. doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. 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 That is a song called Perfect. Because it's true. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And it's far from perfect for a lot of people at the moment. But that doesn't mean you can't still have some positive energy, some positivity, and do some good things. If anything, it tends to bring out the best in the community. So that song was written and inspired by a local cafe in my local area here in the eastern suburbs of Adelaide. And they have a sign up. And it's been there for a long time, and it says exactly that. It says, life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. And I'd look at this sign, and I'm like, one day I'm going to write a song about that. And like I say, back in November last year, I sat down and wrote that song. It's still only an acoustic version, but definitely want to make it a full band version and put it on my album upcoming. And in fact, the album itself might be called Perfect, or I'm thinking like Imperfect or something like that. I like the whole idea of that because the thing is, the irony or the juxtaposition of that is that perfection is subjective and it's also virtually impossible. So if you're chasing perfect, I strongly suggest for you to pivot and go back towards chasing good, great, and epic. Yes, perfect, not a thing. Alrighty. Thank you. It's nicely done. That was great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love the song. Thank you. I appreciate it. Milo, George Marlow, thank you to you. Thank you to you, Jade. Appreciate it. And Rockstar, myself. Question from SM Borthwick. Are you miking your ovations or plugged into the mixer? Plugged into the mixer. And again, this is Martinez is the brand that make this. They're a sort of mid-range brand, not super budget, but definitely not expensive. But it's actually got a pretty nice preamp built in there, battery-powered preamp there. We've got some tone control. So all I've done is rolled down the treble a bit because I find preamps for guitars a bit too treble heavy, given it a little bass boost, and got the volume at about 60 to 70%, and the presence about 50% too. So, and then on the EQ side here, I've just got a little bit of reverb across both the guitar and vocals. So let me know if that is sounding okay. We will do that. And yes, you can indeed check out the demo of that song, and I do have links down in the description to all the songs I'm going to play today. So if you're the sort of person that likes to that doesn't like a surprise, that likes to know things ahead of time, you can check that out. So let's, we haven't got any reds, but I'm going to have a drink anyway. I'm going to enjoy some more of this delicious. Oh, I spilled it. I've got a serious drinking problem. Some more of this delicious IPA. Let's just give that camera a bit of an adjustment because, well, there you go. I'm a bit further away so you can kind of see. Can't see much of Jose, I know. He's so cool. Imperfect perfection. Yeah, I like something like that. I think that would be a cool idea. So if you've got ideas for the title of my show, title of my album, let me know. Solarac, hello to you, my buddy Carlito. I hope you are doing well over there. Beer, nice. Yes, it's a very nice beer. And again, thank you to David over at Fast for Homebrew for supplying the beer for today's show. Check out the link in the description. Speaking of other people and other folks here in Adelaide that are doing cool things, like I said, I wanted to focus in this show a little bit about just what's good, what I like, music-related, music-adjacent things that you might not be aware of that might bring a bit of sunshine, happiness, lollipops and rainbows into your life at the moment. And if you're not aware of Dankmus and Dankpods, they are two channels by Wade, a very cool musician, drummer, and video creator, editor extraordinaire, also from Adelaide. So I've got links to both of those channels down below. Dankmus is just the coolest concept. It is songs created with Simpsons quotes, but it's to like the next level. You know how sometimes we'll just go like, oh, people will just put a woohoo from Homer into their song. No. This is next level stuff. If you're aware of Dankmus, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, and you're a Simpsons fan, or even if you're a Simpsons acquaintance, check out Dankmus. Dankpods, if you are a like an iPod fan or a retro music player fan, it's weird that iPods are now retro, but they kind of are. So the other channel, Dankpods, is all about iPods and restoring iPods and doing fun, cool things with iPods. He dragged an iPod behind his motorbike on one, all sorts of cool stuff. So check that out. Check out Wade's channels down in the description. I'm trying desperately to get Wade on the creator series. So I've sent him an email, and he's like most of us, he's super busy at the moment, but hopefully in coming weeks or months, we can get that done. So yeah, go hassle him. Go over to his channel and say, hey, you should totally do an interview on Studio Live today. I think that would be ace. Alrighty, let's kick on, shall we? Let's do our thing. Did we have another song? Again, I've got to keep going over to my list to see what the songs are. Yeah, I'm going to play a tune now. It's probably the song Red. Yes, I beat you to it, Jade. Probably the tune that people relate to the most. And every time I play this tune, I like it because people find it so relatable. But it also, it makes me feel bad that so many people can relate to this. It's a tune called Anxiety. This is the acoustic version of it. The full band version, well, actually, the full band version is only a 4-track recording with 2 guitars and 3 vocals, and you can find that down in the description. How did I do 3 guitars and 2 vocals? I literally sung and played guitar through 1 mic, 1 track. So it's a very sparse mix, but I found, anyway, you can check that out down in the description. Let's get the reverb back up. And this is a song and look, this is a song. It is an uplifting song. If you listen to the first verse, don't tune out after that. It gets better. Okay. This is a song called Anxiety. You say the child of hope is gone and there is nothing left to comfort in the end. You say, even when you're feeling good, that something else will come around the bend. And I'm always thinking, always trying to hang on. And I always feel that something will go wrong. It's wrong. You say, even when there's good things happening, the party will be at an end real soon. You say, you might be happy now, but I've a million ways to open up the wound. And I'm always hurting, always trying to hang on. And it's hard to see this feeling might be wrong, and it might be in my head, but my heart is racing and I'm scared. And I take a breath and try to see you're not real, you are just anxiety. You say you never get away from me, you might as well just settle in and deal. You say you're stuck with me forever, this will always be the way you're gonna feel. But I don't believe you, I can still carry on. And I realize now this feeling it's just wrong, and I take a breath and know it's me. I'm not you, you were just anxiety. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk away. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk right out the door. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk away. I'm gonna stay, but you're gonna walk away. Once again, yeah, a song that I enjoy playing, a song that I like sharing, but yeah, one that, again, every time someone comes to me and says, Pete, that song really connected with me, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm like, buddy, dudette, I feel for you. But yeah, the key message of that song, it's pretty obvious in the lyrics, but yes, for those feeling stress, anxiety, pressure, all of those things, yes, they are a feeling. Your brain often lies to you in a lot of ways, and anxiety is really just a bunch of chemicals trying to make you feel bad. And the more you can realize that, and it's like most things, like most mental things, it's not something that you're bad and then you're good, you're sick and then you're better, but you'll find a way to cope, to deal, to strategize, to do good things. So yes, if you are struggling, then please reach out to people. There are plenty of people. There's plenty of support networks and ways for you to get help. That's brought us down a little bit, I know. So we're going to kick in and have a bit of fun and play a couple of fun tunes in a moment. Thank you again to the folks who are here live. Thank you to Foxy Nirvana. Says nice one, that one. Darren and Luke, appreciate your love. Nice version. Yeah, so I'm trying to make that one so that I can play it just a single guitar, single voice, and still sound okay there. Neil Finn would be jealous of this tune. It's brilliant. Thank you. Funnily enough, someone during the week said, oh, that's a total rip-off. This tune's a total rip-off of John Mayer. And I'm like, it might be, except I don't listen to John Mayer. And I went and listened to the song that they suggested. I'm like, I mean, it's different key, different chord progression. I don't sing like John Mayer. Anyway, it's cool. And again, if it did sound like John Mayer, he's a good guy. Like, I would be happy if that were the case. Like, if I could sing and play and write songs like John Mayer, hey, more power to me. As long as I'm not breaching copyrights and things, I think that would be fine. Speaking of, nothing. I could not find a segue for that one. Let's talk about some more things that I think are cool. Excuse me. Let's talk about some more things that I think are cool. So if we can, where's my notes? I've got to get better with my notes, don't I? That's right, I had them over here. So there's some other cool people. So I've talked about Dankmus and Dankpods. We've talked about Fast Homebrew. Someone who does a lot of live streaming, and I watched a stream of hers last night, which was really cool, is another Adelaide musician, piano player, singer, songwriter, Samantha Edge. So if you are not aware of her and her work, I strongly suggest you check it out. She's a fantastic vocalist, plays a lot of very cool covers that I know the Studio Live Today community will get behind because they're the same kind of vibe. They're all the 90s, noughties, early 10s kind of songs. Lots of cool versions. She does a great version of Samson by Regina Spektor, which is my personal favourite. Some Missy Higgins, like some Australian. She played, what was it? It was... can't remember the tune it was last night, but it was like an old 70s tune. I'm just like, this Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Did a version of that last night. It was amazing. So yes, so yeah, you can check that. Check out Samantha down in the description. And like Wade from Dankpods, I'm trying to get an interview with her so that we can learn more about Samantha and her amazing work. She's a busker, and obviously being a busker, it's tough for people busking at the moment because no one's out, and those that are out certainly don't want to be handling cash and getting close to people, which is what busking's kind of all about. So yes, so big shout out to any buskers out there. Do some live streaming, and when I get Samantha on the show, I'll say when, because I want to make sure we hook that up. She does a lot of live streaming and has an excellent setup. She uses Restream, streams out to like Twitch and Twitter and all the places that I don't know how to do. I just use StreamYard because I find it simple. She's got this amazing rig that she's been working on for months, and it sounds and works really well. And of course, Jade has come to the party and dropped her link down there. So jump over and check out Samantha Edge. You will not be disappointed. Bubba, I'm very sorry, but I opened with Perfect. So, yes, I did already play Perfect. It was the first tune. So you're going to have to wait and go back and watch the replay and listen to the version of Perfect that I played here today. So thank you for being there. So Ricky Elvis, this is what we like about the happy hour. We just get to chat about random things. Next door's cat tried to eat one of my chickens. Chooky is safe and I'm back. So you have no shortage of things going on here on Studio Live today. We had Bubba with a near miss with a tornado. We've had Ricky with a near miss with a chicken incident. So yeah, it never ends here. Good stuff. Question from Sion. Can I challenge you to write a song if I give you 4 chords? Absolutely. Throw 4 chords and we'll do that. We're only 31 minutes in. I've done... How many songs have I done? 2. I'll play another song. And while I'm playing this one, throw the 4 chords in the chat. And and I'll definitely give it a go. We'll make something up on the spot. You have to give me 4 chords and a theme. And then we'll just make something up. We'll impro. Do a bit of an impro experimental thing, shall we? What song did I have next on my list? I'll have to start asking you folks. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. I didn't say that we were going to start doing some fun. I definitely need another bit of a drink for this one. So, last week on the happy hour, someone said to me, Pete, why don't you play like the first song you ever wrote? And I said at the time, can't really remember what the first song I ever wrote was. And this one's definitely not the first song that I ever wrote, but it was probably one of the first songs I ever recorded with my band Scarpa. Shout out to Tom and Francis. My band Scarpa, 3-piece, grungy, punky, rocky band from the 90s. So I was probably 16 when I wrote this, or 17. And it's funny because the song is called Sober. I don't think I'd really drunk much when I was writing this song, hence why I didn't really understand much about what the subject was. But I wanted to try and play an acoustic version because I never have before. I'm going to forget a lot of the words, most likely, because it has been a long time. It would have been written, like I say, how old am I? So it's about a 25-year-old song. You can do the mathematics on that one. So this is a version of... It does look like refill time. Yes, Rockstar here is saying, looks like refill time, Pete. I reckon after this tune, we're going to have a refill. In fact, we will refill. Refill. It's always refill time. Absolutely, it is. All right, so this is a tune called Sober, off of my never released demo album sort of thing, which was actually just a demo tape. But I got the digital masters and I put them on SoundCloud, so you can check it out. You can check out the whole album down in the description over at SoundCloud if you want to have a laugh. It's very raw and rough and ready, and you can hear, I think I was 18 when I recorded it. You can hear 18-year-old Pete screaming for about 40 minutes. Let's try and play this song. This is Sober from Scarpa. I heard a little voice inside my head, but now I'm sober. It said these things to me. I got my beer for free, but now it's over. I had a binge, it made me cringe, and now I'm feeling kinda sober. I had a drink or two. I met a girl named Sue, but she was sober. Went out for a date, but she thought I was gay. She said it's over. I had a binge, it made me cringe, and now I'm feeling kinda sober. Yeah. I had a little voice inside my head, it talked to me. It told me not to drink, and now I'm drinking socially. I'm sober. It told me to smoke dope, Now I don't have a hope, at least I'm sober. I had a binge, my hair was singed, and now my life is really over. Sober, the first, only, last possible time that it may be played live. The original version is a little different. You might want to check that one out. Let's pour another delicious glass of this fast homebrew Simcoe IPA. I like these bottles because they're about 2 and a bit. You can have 2 glasses of beer and then you've just got a little bit of that deliciousness left over at the end. It's a perfect amount, especially since it's just past midday here in Adelaide. Too delicious. And David said this was one of his lesser ones that he didn't like as much. So yeah, if this is your bad brew, David, then the other ones must be pretty darn good. And they are, because I've had many of them. Oh, Jeebus, the chords from Sion has dropped in. So he's dropped in a C sharp, D, A, and F sharp. Ooh, so we're going with a... Can I make the C sharp minor? 3, 4, 1, 6. Yeah. M, F, D, L. So yeah, do you want... Can I take some poetic license and change it up? Sure. Okay, cool. So he's going with sure. So why don't we... So let's put that up there. This sounds like a bit of a Jack Johnson kind of chord progression. I reckon we could play a bit of a... Let's make up a bit of a Jack Johnson tune about... What? Should it be about drinking? No, we just played a drinking song. Let's play about the beach, because none of us can go there at the moment. So think about the beach, and we'll do this. Back in the day, I used to stand on the sands, and the water hit my toes, feeling kinda good. Now I find that I am stuck inside my home, but I am having lots of fun because it's all that I can do. Play my guitar, sing you a song. Playing guitar is all I do in my room. It's not all I do in my room, but it's one of the most important things I do in my room. Yeah, that almost... I actually like... Because when I normally play a C sharp, or especially a C sharp minor 7 that I'm playing there, I'd normally go down to like an A, but C sharp to the D is like, especially from up there, it's kind of cool, isn't it? Like, this could be like a new song. It's kind of unexpected. Yeah. No, I like that. It could definitely be like the chorus of it. So maybe the verse is different. Anyway, we might write a song. I like it. What else am I talking about? What else is good? What's good with you? Do you have a what's good thing that you can throw out here? What is something that you are into that perhaps the Studio Live Today community would like to be into too? Something music related, music adjacent, cool YouTube channel, cool artists that you've been digging lately. Why don't you let me know in the chat here? Or if you're watching on the replay, by the way, hello to my friends on the replay. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Let me know anything that you... questions, answers, the meaning of life, whatever you want to contribute would be kind of cool. For those that like to know, I got asked last time what my setup here. I'm using an Audio-Technica AE3300 microphone. It's a handheld condenser mic, so it's very different. So it's looks like a dynamic mic, and if we take the cover off. It looks kind of like an SM58, but it is actually a condenser mic, so I'm getting a bit more volume coming through. I've got my Martinez Ovation here, named Jose. He's doing the duties there, and I'm pushing this all through my Zoom Live Track L8 mixer, which is a very handy little mixing board because I can put my guitar, I can put my iPad, I can put my vocals through, and we can get a live mix on the go, which is pretty cool. So we'll come back. We'll come back and find what's cool. Ben Folds is cool, right? So Ben Folds has actually been doing some live streaming himself. It was when Jade Star was streaming, so I didn't mention it then because I'm like, no, people need to watch Jade stream, not this Ben Folds character. But it's kind of cool that we're kind of seeing behind the scenes of a lot of people that we are ordinarily kind of polished. So what I'm loving, I know I'll get in trouble. Someone will tell me I'm being too positive again, so apologies. Respectfully, what I think is interesting about what's going on at the moment is that so many people who normally spend time in studios with lighting and camera operators and sound technicians and audio technicians and all these people behind them are doing things themselves, for themselves, by themselves. And it's really cool because for us as viewers, we get to sort of see the behind the scenes thing. And I think out of all this, it'll probably make them super appreciative, or at least more appreciative of all the people behind the scenes that help them. Because when you're a solo creator, like here at Studio Live today, I'm it. Like I get some support from the community, but I'm kind of it. I'm the accountant, I'm the business manager, I'm marketing, I'm sales, I'm tech support, I'm IT, I'm everything. So I need to wear a bunch of different hats as well as, creating music and tutorials. Whereas I think a lot of other people have the luxury of just doing their art. They don't have to worry about all the other stuff. So it's actually going to be humbling, I think, and hopefully these folks will go back to work in the future, in the new times, and they'll realize that all these people are super important, and all the people behind the scenes, all the people in the production, the promotion, all the other departments are really helping them out. So big thumbs up to all the people that work behind the scenes. We will get back to, I know people keep saying we're going to get back to normal. It'll be a new normal, but it'll be different. And I'll play a tune at the end of this stream that I wrote prophetically. It's amazing how many songs sound so prophetic now, not pathetic. Some of them sound pathetic too, but sound prophetic because of, a lot of music is about drama and things happening and stuff. So that is the thing. I want to play a bit of a fun tune now because we are having a beverage. Hopefully you're cheersing me. Cheers. You're going to have a beverage too. And once again, I'm not promoting the drinking of beverages, especially for those who are underage. But feel free to have a cup of tea, have a glass of water, have a Coke, have a whiskey. I don't know. Speaking of drinking, this is my favorite drinking song that I've ever written. And it's my favorite drinking song, Red. Hello to Desolate Morning. Red, because it's the only drinking song I've ever written. And it's a song called Drinking With You, which I think is appropriate now, possibly more than ever. And you'll see what I mean. If you haven't heard this one before, you'll hear what I'm talking about when we get into it. So this is Drinking With You. Oh, the bars and the pubs used to thrill me. With a couple of pints I was happy to stay. But the truth is there's nothing that I'd rather do than spend some time drinking with you. Some people dream for adventure. Some people need the bright flashing of lights. But I'd rather kick back on a warm summer's night and spend some time drinking with you. Back in the day I was eager to stray. Far away I like to roam. But now I will be where the beer and wine's free, here in the comfort of home. So the others may want to be different, choose not to listen to all that I say. But while they're lining up just to get in the bar, except it's closed, I'll be sitting here drinking with you. Yodelay-ho, where do we go? somewhere where they turn the lights way down low. Yodelay-ho, where do we go? I'd rather just call it a night and go home. So the young ones might call me a killjoy as they wave goodbye saying you'll only live once. But while they're drinking whiskey for $12 a glass, I'll be sitting here drinking with you. I'll be sitting here drinking with you. So let's just settle in for a few, 'cause I'm sitting here drinking with you. Yes. Yeah, that song, as I'm singing that just now, I was thinking, ooh, speaking of inappropriate, yeah, no one's drinking at the bars right now because all the bars are closed. So yes, everyone is being forced to be like me and be drinking, drinking at home with their family and their online family too. So that was Drinking with You. Shane McGowan would be jealous. Yeah. Are there, matey? Ships ahoy. Yeah, that's a little bit of a Irish drinking song. When I first recorded that, I sort of sung it with almost a mock Irish accent, and then I realised that it was really inappropriate. I'd be like, "Oh, the bars and the pubs used to thrill me." And I'm like, just tone it down. In fact, someone actually said that to me. They're like, "Pete, you're not Irish. Just tone it down a few notches, please." So I did. SM Borthwick, hello. When I heard the early versions of Hold On, I thought it was going to be a drinking song. Was I ever wrong? No, probably not. Hold On is definitely a song about hope and maybe about drinking. Any chance of me doing New Day, Pete? I might be able to sneak in New Day at the end because you've asked, Steve. I've got to remember how to play it. So, in fact, because it's a request, how about we play? Yeah, let's see if we can play this now. This is I just need to find the words. I haven't played it or sung it for a while. So we'll throw in an additional one here. Jade, keeping you on your toes. If you're finding links, you'll have to find this one because it's not in the plan. But I'm going to play it because Steve has requested it. This is a song. It's using some of my favourite chords. It's got G, it's got B, B minor, A minor 7, and D. Are we in vague tune? It's usually my B string that goes a bit flat. And the A. And the E. Oh, okay. That's 2 out of tune. We were well out of tune. Yeah, so this is a pretty appropriate song too, so we will give it a crack here. It's been a while since I played it, and I didn't practice it beforehand, but this is a tune called New Day. It's from my album Selfish Aware from 2018, and it goes a little something like this. Was a time when we used to play outside. Didn't worry who was around. We were free and we didn't have a care about the things we put in the air. But those days are gone, they have faded away. And we're moving on, no more yesterday. 'Cause it's gone, and it's a new day. There was a time when the women folks stayed home to care for all the little ones. And you and I, well, we had to live in fear just because the way we appear. But those days are gone, they have floated away. Now I'm moving on, no more yesterday, 'cause it's gone, and it's a new day. Everyone needs a little comfort when they reflect on all the good times that we had and how they felt. But when we look back, we have our rose-colored glasses on. Let's take the best of what we had, make a new day. Hello darkness, my old friend, your busy day is at an end. Is this just a fantasy? No escape from reality. That was New Day. Yeah, again, everything sounds like it was written because that song was actually more about nostalgia. So about thinking back to the past and how good things were, because one of the things I get frustrated with is when we look back, like as I said in the song, when we look back, we've got our rose-colored glasses on. So we always remember how good things were, but we don't remember the bad things. So that song was all about that. Like, yeah, it was great when as kids we could go play in the creek and we didn't have to worry about who was around, didn't have to worry about pollution, didn't have to worry about all these things. So that was all good, but not everything that's changed with technology is bad. Let's look at our current situation. Right now, if it was 1988 and the current world situation was happening, how different would things be? We think we feel isolated. We don't know nothing. Like, seriously, how isolated would you feel in 1988 with the technology we had then? You would all be coming to nerds like me saying, you've got a 2400 baud modem. I want to talk to someone. Can I get online and onto CompuServe? And can I go onto a bulletin board and play some door games? Shout out to my nerds. You know what I'm talking about. All right. How are we going on time? Oh, we're rushing towards the end. We only got 7 minutes left. Thank you for the kind words. Really appreciate you. I'll see if there's yes. Thank you to you. Beautifully done. And yeah, I appreciate you, Jade. You jumped straight on it. You got the link ready to go. Do I ever forget songs? Yeah. It's a funny one because talk to my wife, I forget lyrics to my own songs. I get lyrics wrong to pretty much every song. I could be playing SingStar. I was playing SingStar with my wife on Friday night and we were singing songs and she's like, how are you getting the words wrong? They're on the freaking screen. I'm like, I don't know. I see what's in my head. So yes, I forget songs. I forget entire songs. And it's why I'm so big on the whole the whole capturing your ideas, like capture your song ideas when they're in your head, get them down somewhere. Like I've got a song that I'm working on at the moment that I haven't worked on for about 4 days. I honestly don't remember what it's about, what key it's in, how to play it, but it's in my voice memos and I'm going to go in and find it and work on it later today and tomorrow and hopefully get it done this month because it's there. But if I just was jamming away and didn't capture that, I'd have no idea. So yes, I do forget everything, lyrics, songs, all sorts. And yes, nerds shall rule the world. We've got a red. Ooh. Was I crying? That's how I know it's a good song. No, but I was like my eyes were watering because yeah, I was kind of like staring at the black. The screen is very bright and white here, so I was kind of staring at the screen. I wouldn't. By the way, I wouldn't be afraid to cry. I've made myself cry with my own songs before, which sounds really conceited, but it means I'm onto something, right? Like you want to create emotion. So I want to make people laugh or cry or think or do something. I want to make some sort of physical reaction, and that's what I think. That's what good music does to me, and that's what I'm hoping good music does to other folks. And yes, Red, good song. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody here. The Cradle Modem. Oh my goodness, you are going old school there, Bubba. Yeah, watch the movie War Games if you want to. If you want to go back in time with the big 8-inch floppy disks and the cradle modems and the yeah. Oh my goodness. And the old what are these? The what was the name of the computer that he used? Anyway, it's not important. But yeah, go and watch War Games. It's really good. Only Real Men Cry, 100%. Yeah. There's two types of people: people who cry and liars. That's what I think, anyway. No, that's not true. There are people that just generally don't have the same level of emotion, and that's cool too. But most of us soft, sensitive, creative types get a little bit emotional. What's that song? I get so emotional. No, that's. I said I would try to not get a copyright strike today. Copyright claim, not a strike. That's okay. War Games, Joshua. Yeah, War Games. I'm going to go and watch War Games tonight. That's a cool movie. I mean, maybe you don't want to watch a whole end of the world apocalypse kind of movie right now, but that's about nuclear war, and that's that's different, right? All right, let's finish up. Yeah, those massive floppy disks were so cool. Yeah, and he had to. The only The only move is to not play. It was like the computer, and it was a simulated voice. And he's like, the only correct move is not to play, and the whole thing was like, wow, that's really meaningful and powerful. That the only way to win sometimes is to not play. Kind of reminds me of my song Fence Sitter, which I'm not playing. That's sake. I want to play this song because I've been kind of thinking about this this week. This is a tune I'm going to finish with here today, here on the Happy Hour. Thank you for joining me, by the way. Cheers to you. If you got some value, if you found this a bit fun, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already. I'm going to have some more of this delicious. I'll check out Fast Home Brewing down in the description. Yeah, and support all the other, especially the local creators. But Ben Folds, he's a local. He lived in Adelaide. That was the theme today. There were 4 things I talked about. All of them have an Adelaide connection. We've got Fast Homebrew. We've got Dankmus and Dankpods. Samantha Edge, check out her channel. And check out Ben Folds. He's cool too. So this is a song that I wrote, and I was very privileged that the great Dan Baker, who is another great YouTuber that you need to follow. Just search Dan Baker on YouTube. He does some great videos. He's also a violinist, and I wrote this song, and then I was like, someone said, "Oh, it'd be great to have some strings on this," and I said, "Yeah, it would be really cool." And Dan chimes in and says, "I'll play some violin on it." I'm like, "Oh wow, really?" And he played this most amazing violin part. I put it in the tune. We released it as a single. The rest is history. But yeah, check it out in the description. It's a tune called Things Change, and it seems very relevant for right now. And I thought I would finish today's stream with this tune, Things Change. Let's get some reverb. It's a common misconception. It's a thing that many fear. The comfort that we have right now is going to disappear. The only thing that stays the same is that things will change. And you can choose to kick and scream, but things will change. It's the hope of kings and peasants too. It's a dream of weak and brave. It's a fear as big as speaking up, and a fact that never fades. The only thing that stays the same is that things will change. And you can choose to kick and scream, but things will change. So what is to be done of it? Oh, what else do we say when everything we know and love is changing every day? The only thing that doesn't change is that things will change. And you can choose to kick and scream, but things will change. The only thing that doesn't change is that things will change. And you can choose to kick and scream, but things will change. Yes, things will change. Thank you, everybody. We are over an hour. I've kept you over time. I apologize for that. Thank you so much for being here live. If you're here live, if you're here on the replay, thank you as well. It goes without saying, but seriously, stay safe, look after each other, stay isolated, keep your distance, do all of those good things. I said it on the previous live stream, but listen to your health professionals and experts. Try to listen less to the media and the politicians, and you'll get on much, much better. Look after your own mental health and help out those around you that need help during this time. Stay strong, keep creating, create, record, and release music. I promise you it is one of the best things that you can be doing at any time, but especially during times that are more challenging. Music can be a great healer. Thank you for being here today on the Happy Hour. Hope you had a good time. Thanks to Fast Homebrew for supporting the channel here today with the beers, and I will see you next time. Take care.